In this video, we're going to cover the generate script, just an overview, and then in the next set of videos, we'll actually look at each generate command, the ones that come built into Rails at least. So to actually issue the generate command, we'll do script generate, and we use the generate command to generate various application files that will give us a start in developing our Rails web application. I've issued it without any arguments or options or anything, and this gives me this help information to kind of tell me what the generic generate script does. Now there's several options for this script. The -p will run it, but it doesn't actually make any changes. It just will tell you what it would do if it was allowed to make those changes. The -f will actually overwrite files that exist. -s will skip files that already exist, so when it's creating, we'll just skip over them. -q will suppress the output that you normally get, and you can actually build scripts that auto-generate things, and you might not want that output. The -t is a debugging thing if your generate script is breaking down at some point. If you created new generate scripts, which you can do, this is helpful in debugging them. The -h just repeats this message that you see here. The -c will actually let you generate files using Subversion version control software. So you can put things into Subversion as they get generated. The currently installed generators, so in other words, scripts that this generate script can access and install for. So you have several Ruby gems that are already installed. One is login, one is a salted login, and that's for SSH type logins, and finally is a search. So you can use those to generate those different files to add those features to your web application. The built-in generators that come with Rails include a controller, the integration test, mailer, migration, model, plugin, scaffold, session migration, and web service. So those various generate scripts create those particular files, and they create several files. So if you generate a controller for a particular part of your application, it's not only going to create the controller, but it'll also create the test files that go along with that controller, and also it'll create some view files and layout files for that controller. You need to go in and add your stuff to those, but at least it generates the stub files for you. If you generate a scaffold, that's a lot more involved in that it generates something that pretty much can run. It isn't going to be particularly pretty, but at least you can get information into and out of your database using that fairly quickly, as long as your models are set up appropriately. It gives you a little example if you want to download additional generators. There's other generators available, and you can go out on the web and take a look at them. It gives the URL. There's rubyonrails.org/show/generators, and how to actually install those generators into your application. And then there's gems generators that are also available, and gives you some instructions on how to use gem, which is the Ruby package manager, to take a look at what generators are available out there. So that's a quick overview of the generate script, and then we'll go in detail on some of the primary generators that you'll need to know how to use in order to develop Rails web applications.